Happy New Year！ 係啦，時間錯亂晒嘅係，祝大家光明正大，愛得及時。咁咧就其實應該係31號嚟嘅，仲係，但係咧我又倒數完翻嚟先至讀書啦，所以咧而家係有啲錯亂嘅。So it's still like should be the 31st, but I actually just came back from countdown, so it's kind of like also the 1st of January. But anyway, I'll just take this at the 31st, so still this is the last day of 2022. 咁唔理啦，總之咧，今日都仲係繼續係2022年最後一日啦，咁樣啦。So I had a great day. 咁我今日係超開心嘅。Very good last day of the year. 咁係啦，最後一日。2022年最後一日係過得好嘅。Went to Finca, which is like a coffee farm here。咁去咗一個係呢度附近真係本地嘅咖啡莊啦。咁so like had a very great educational tour。咁係超有教育性啦。教得好好，即係講解啊各樣都好好啦咁樣。So got to learn a bit more about coffee, which is something that I really like。咁知道咗多啲關於咖啡嘅嘢啦，係啲好中意嘅嘢啦咁樣。And then also for the first time, I get onto a horse and do some horseback riding。咁同埋係啦，人生第一次啦，咁咧就騎馬啦咁。So it was really fun and there's a lot to learn about. It's a beautiful place and also help with a local business, which is something that I really like. 咁超靚啦，超又即係學咗好多嘢啦，跟住又試咗新嘢啦，咁同埋真係幫到本地嘅即係佢哋自己嘅呢度直情係呢一區嘅生意即係經濟啦，咁所以我覺得即係就我最中意嘅嘢啦咁樣。So anyway, let's start reading。咁我哋正式開始。Read to Resist, Day 232。當閱讀也是抗爭，第232日。A Concise History of Hong Kong by John Mark Carroll。香港簡史，從殖民地至特別行政區，著者高馬可，譯者林立偉。Policing prostitution and contagious diseases. The regulation and licensing of prostitution in Hong Kong has often been seen as another form of control, as a way for the government to intervene in the lives of its colonial subjects, especially Chinese women, and as an example of how the colonial government could choose which local laws and customs to keep or abolish. As with education, here too, the situation was considerably more complicated. The colonial government did not always have such a free hand. It had to answer to the Colonial Office and the British Parliament, and it was often bound to comply with legislation in other parts of the empire. Nor could it afford to offend the Chinese community. The colonial government also often had help from Chinese elites who, for example, especially supported the licensing and regulation of prostitution to keep brothels from infiltrating into respectable parts of town. 規管娼業和傳染病。香港以發牌制度規管娼業，常被人視為另一種形式的控制，因為它是政府干預殖民地居民，尤其是華人婦女生活的手段。這個事例還顯示殖民政府可以隨意選擇哪些本地法律和風俗加以保留或取締。不過，娼業和教育一樣，實際情況更為複雜得多。殖民政府並非總能為所欲為，它須向殖民地部和英國國會負責，並經常需與大英帝國其他地方的法例保持一致。它也不能觸怒華人社會。殖民地政府還常獲得華人領袖的協助，例如那些為阻止妓院蔓延至城中高尚地區而支持發牌規管娼業的人。This is a reading of today, the last day of 2022。咁呢個就係今日2022年最後一日讀嘅部分啦。So it's begin to talk about like the sex industry in Hong Kong。咁就開始提到香港嘅性工業啦，咁樣樣。So this is an interesting part of Hong Kong history。咁呢個都係香港歷史其中一個好有趣同好重要嘅部分啦，咁樣樣。Because of like the island, the Hong Kong island, and then like the harbour of its own。咁因為我哋即係香港島係一個島啦，咁然後即係海港，即係呢一個嘅即係個優勢啦。So then like the sailors who came into town would actually also contribute to a lot of like economics and economical activities that is related to the sex industry in Hong Kong。咁當然即係我成長嘅時候，即係會聽好多啦，即係就係水手。即係行船嘅人，佢哋嚟到香港就係灣仔嘅呢個地區點樣樣，即係啦，即係參與或者即係振興呢一個嘅性工業嘅經濟啦咁。But then we are talking about way earlier here as well。咁但係當然我哋而家即係讀嘅呢個部分就講緊再早期啲嘅部分啦，咁樣如花嘅時候啦咁。So like this area in right now what we call like Central 上環。咁而家就係我哋叫上環啦、中環啦，係啦，石塘咀呢啲位置啦，咁樣樣。Then it's also very interesting when we go into the history about like how later on the colonial government would control these brothels and also segregate them into like European clienteles, Chinese clienteles, and like what kind of women working, what kind of work for, what kind of clients, and all sorts of different areas that are, and also brothels who are serving European clienteles would have like a different kind of set of rules than those who were serving Chinese,咁即係一路讀落去，應該之後即係可能會提或者唔會提啦。咁但係即係香港嗰個嘅性工業佢嗰個嘅規管其實即係亦都有好多嘅裡面都有好多嘅隔離嘅政策啦，或者分隔嘅政策啦，就係即係華人嘅性工作者啊，或者係服務歐籍人嘅性工作者，服務華人嘅性工作者啊，有唔同嘅地區啊，唔同嘅級別啊，跟住佢哋規管嘅方式又唔一樣啊，咁樣樣。咁裡面都仲即係仲可以分咗好多層去睇到佢嗰個嘅種族歧視嗰樣嘢。亦都有講到，即係譬如有一啲可能專門服務歐籍啦，有啲就專門服務即係南洋嚟嘅工人啊，諸如此類啊咁樣樣。So it's very broad issues, and also like it would tell a lot about like women's rights, and also like the history of Hong Kong economic activities, or just in general how these strange kind of demographics with like much more men in society than women, that also like causing this sort of like phenomenon。咁亦都即係同時即係亦都睇到即係香港即係最早期嗰種畸形嘅人口嘅分佈，即係點樣男性係多過女性好多，而即係引致到有呢一個行業嘅出現同埋即係嗰個發展係咁樣樣啦咁。So anyway, this is the end of 1 year， 咁就係1年嘅最後一日啦。And I'm so glad that we are moving on to a new year。咁我係超開心，我哋進入新嘅一年啦咁樣。Because 2022 really wasn't my year。咁因為2022年係真係難過嘅。I'm so glad like the last month have been really smooth, and like I've been doing quite well actually。咁但係我好開心啦，即係最尾呢個月其實係過得好好嘅，係啦，即係高興，係感恩，係好多好嘢發生嘅，即係都係我中意嘅嘢嘅咁樣咯。And tonight I went out to have dinner with my classmates。咁我今日就同啲同學出去食飯啦。咁 it was so fun, it was so hard to try and find a restaurant that is actually open for dinner。咁但係超難揾到一間餐廳係即係會開晚市啦。咁都搞咗好耐咁，然後中間有一啲溝通嘅問題啊，諸如此類啊咁總之即係去到最後我哋就都揾到地方，即係都食咗餐好嘅。咁係有間酒店有個餐廳咁。都冇乜人啦，咁我哋揾到張台咁講緊我食咗一個係椰子炸蝦嘅意大利飯啦 risotto 啦。So I ate we found this like hotel which was open, and then the restaurant was quite there were like a few tables available, so we managed to secure one like without reservation, just walk in, and so it's very good quality, very nice environment, and very luxurious kind of like restaurant, but it's so cheap. 咁但係超平啦，即係食得好好都咁。So I ordered this like crunchy shrimp risotto。咁我食嗰個係一個即係椰子蝦，佢炸蝦嚟嘅。咁然後佢就跟一個意大利飯咁樣樣啦。And then also ordered just a drink， 咁我飲咗杯嘢啦。咁 all together is around like okay, I have to do some math in my head, which is not my strength. It's about like 15 US probably. 15 US, I think. Yeah. 15 to 18 US dollars. 大概係130蚊港紙度啦咁。So it's just like super cheap, you know, like you have to know like today is New Year's Eve, right? And it's like a really high class sort of hotel, like and everything is just really nice. 個係超高檔嘅酒店，然後超高級咁啦，啲環境都係咁樣。咁但係呢個價錢亦都食咗即係好西啦咁。所以呢一度係真係好平。So it's really like affordable here, and it's just like easier for me to just be here for now。咁所以喺呢一度生活而家暫時都係即係開心同埋簡單嘅。Anyway, this is it for today。咁啊，今日就嚟到呢度啦。咁我哋聽日新一年繼續讀書，當閱讀也是抗爭。So the new year will come and then we'll continue to read to resist. See you tomorrow. See you in 2023。2023再見，拜拜。